Hello, it's Father David here on the fourth Sunday of Great Lent, the Sunday of St. John Climacus, or as is perhaps more popularly known in English, St. John of the Ladder. Climacus, of course, meaning climbing or ascending. And this, of course, is perhaps not the most well-known icon of St. John, the Ladder of Divine Ascent being the book he authored, for which he is now named, St. John of the Ladder, that book. This is a recension of St. John here with the ladder symbolizing his book, and the scroll here that he holds saying, "Climb, O brethren, climb," taken from the book. And in each of the chapters of that book, it is meant to speak of a spiritual rung that a person will climb on the way to Christian virtue. And far from being anything that would hopefully make us think in terms of earning our own salvation, for the very fact that there is a ladder to climb, and the very fact that without him we can do nothing, as we'll hear in today's gospel in church, that the man whose son requires healing of a mute spirit, and the apostles will attempt to heal it, but it can only go out through prayer and fasting. But the Father says, "Lord, I believe, help my unbelief." And so many of us are in that place. And yet we are called to climb. We may slip off of rungs, but we're called to climb. Well, one of those chapters in the Ladder of Divine Ascent is what Father Stephen quotes in the Font of Wisdom section for today. He reminds us of step 28, and St. John reminds the readers, "In your prayers, there is no need for high-flown words, for it is the simple and unsophisticated babblings of children that have more often won the heart of the Father in heaven. Try not to talk excessively in your prayers, in case your mind is distracted by the search for words. One word from the publican sufficed to placate God, and a single utterance saved the thief." Of course, we know that a word is not like one individual word, but a phrase. "Lord, have mercy on me, a sinner." The basis of our simple Jesus prayer, the beloved arrow prayer that we shoot up to heaven repeatedly. I have a friend who often says that the prayer that usually gets answered is that prayer uttered in desperation. The prayer that God usually, you see him answer within Scripture, is when someone is desperate and simply calls out. St. Peter sinking beneath the waves, "Lord, save me." Something with no pretense, something with no strings attached. Perhaps even like the Father, doubt that it's even being heard. Doubt that my own faith is great enough to move this mountain that I see in front of me. Ultimately, this is a simple, humble prayer of someone who realizes what Christ has told us: without him, we can do nothing. Just to close with the hymn from the Divine Liturgy, which Father Stephen quotes for St. John of the Ladder. "O dweller of the wilderness, an angel in the body, you were a wonder worker, O our God-bearing Father John. You received heavenly gifts through fasting, vigil, and prayer, healing the sick and the souls of those drawn to you by faith. Glory to him who gave you strength. Glory to him who granted you a crown. Glory to him who through you grants healing to all. So may St. John pray for all of us that we would climb with humility, understanding that any step that we take as St. Peter on the water is undergirded by the grace of God, without whom we can do nothing. So may God bless you. May he grant you humility and simplicity in prayer. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.